Ladies and gentlemen, the main event in the world of boxing is upon us. Boxing fans, are you ready? Then let's get this party started! Coming to the ring at this time, first, the champion, Israil, the Dream Madrimov!
So here comes Israil Madrimov, the reigning WBA Super Welterweight Champion. What an electrifying performance by Eminem, as I'm joined here by Chris Mannix and Sergio Mora. Sometimes those things go over like a lead balloon. The fans are here for boxing, not music, but everyone rising to their feet for Eminem. And like that last song says, Sergio, for Israil Madrimov, you only get one shot at an opportunity like this. I mean, the pound-for-pound king, Terence Crawford.
I mean, look, his name says it all. Madrimov. I mean, that's what it's all about. It's realizing the dream. This is his moment right here.
In his 12th professional fight, he gets a shot at Terence Bud Crawford, and all of Uzbekistan is behind him. He told us that this is their version of the Super Bowl. Even at the Olympics, all of the fighters in their interviews, all the boxers are saying, hey, Madrimov is our motivation, our inspiration. And Chris, if you ask those that are close to him, they are extremely confident that he gets the job done tonight.
Yeah, Israil Madrimov is part of a very talented camp in Indio, California that includes MJ Akhmadaliev, Bektemir Melikuziev, Shak from Giasov. These guys have been training partners, working together through the amateur ranks, coming up as a pro for these kind of opportunities. In addition to potentially becoming a pound-for-pound fighter himself, Israil Madrimov could become the greatest fighter from Uzbekistan. Uzbekistan has had many good fighters. They haven't had a true superstar yet. A win tonight would put Israil Madrimov in that category.
And we talk about the hard road to the top for Terence Crawford as we see the fireworks show going off. Israil Madrimov dreamed of this moment as he grew up extremely poor, said he had to go collect firewood and get water from a well for his family growing up. And now this, the grandest stage of them all. He looks pretty relaxed.
I'll tell you one thing, man. Fighters relish the ring walk, but we never think or imagine of ring walks like this. It doesn't get bigger or better. Look, this man has been a poker face the entire time. Finally, we see a smile. Finally, we see excitement. It's time, man. Adrenaline running through their veins. Moment's real.
And you see that fan zone statistic, 85% picking Terence Crawford to win. Terence Crawford is an all-time great fighter. But let me tell you, that is a big number because Israil Madrimov is a very live underdog here.
When we asked Madrimov what he thought about Crawford, he said, I don't think about him. I only think about me. This This is my division, and I'll show him what it's all about tonight. And it is prime time for Terence "Bud" Crawford. The man was built for moments like these. We saw what he did to Errol Spence in his biggest fight ever. A complete dismantling of the former champion. And he said the plan is to make it look easy again tonight.
Listen, man, when he fought Spence, he came out with a fishnet outfit. He was a big fish, catching the bigger fish. Tonight, he's coming out like the general. Just an excellent ring walk from the pound-for-pound man. Can't stop, addicted to the shindig is him.
And now, ladies and gentlemen, making his entrance to the ring, the challenger, Terence "Bud" Crawford!
No entourage needed. He stands alone. A 3-division world champion now says, I fight for my legacy. I only want legacy-defining fights, and this is certainly one, Sergio, as he looks for a 4th weight class world title in your former division, junior middleweight.
I'll tell you one thing, man, for this guy to be coming up from lightweight to junior middleweight and try to conquer another weight division, that's something like Roberto Duran, great, another 4th-division champion that started at lightweight. I mean, it's something only great fighters do. Only fighters that are that talented to get on this stage to do what he does is just incredible.
You mentioned legacy, Todd, and that is exactly what Terence Crawford is fighting for. He has accomplished all he needs to accomplish in professional boxing. He is a first ballot Hall of Famer whenever he elects to hang up the gloves. I asked him this week what keeps him going. Why does he keep fighting in fights like this at this level? He's got more than enough money to last him the rest of his life. And he said it was legacy. He said he wants to leave the kind of mark on the sport that all the other greats did. The Alis, the Sugar Ray Leonards, the Mike Tysons. That's how Terence Crawford wants to be remembered, and that's why he's taking a fight like this tonight.
11 straight stoppage wins for Terence Crawford. He's not just winning fights, he's beating guys up. And Sergio, you made an interesting comment this week. You were asked what the X factor was in this bout, and you said it could come down to who's more mean.
That's exactly it, man. Who has the bigger chip on the shoulder? Who's been waiting for this opportunity? Who's been shunned by the public? Hasn't been given the big stage? Meanness, the chip. That's what makes this man special right here. Yes, the fight IQ, the speed, the power, everything. But you can't top this man. He has dog in him.
At some point, someone will be too big, too strong, too good for Terence Crawford. But will it be tonight? Will it be Israil Madrimov in the junior middleweight division?
for the Kingdom of Saudi Arabia. Now, ladies and gentlemen, we will honor champion and challenger with their respective national anthems. First, the national anthem for Uzbekistan. And now, ladies and gentlemen, a special guest recording artist, Miss Norelle Simpson, shall sing the national anthem for the United States of America.
So proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars the rule the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rockets reckless, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that a flag was still there. proud banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave.
Terrell Simpson. Ladies and gentlemen, from BMO Stadium here in Los Angeles, California, USA, welcome to Riyadh Season Card Los Angeles, an evening of world-class professional boxing for your entertainment. And it's all brought to you by Riyadh Season and the General Entertainment Authority, GEA. Promoters, Eddie Hearn for Matchroom Boxing, Frank Warren for Queensbury Promotions, Sella and Gold Star Promotions in association with League One and World of Boxing. Special thanks to the custodian of the two holy mosques, King Salman bin Abdulaziz Al Saud, the Crown Prince Mohammed bin Salman, and His Excellency, Chairman of the General Entertainment Authority, GEA, Turki Al Sheikh. This is the main event of the evening. 12 rounds of boxing for the WBA Super Welterweight Championship of the World. This contest is sanctioned by the California State Athletic Commission Chairman Peter Villegas, Executive Officer Andy Foster, the WBA President Gilberto Jesus Mendoza Jr. Also sanctioned for the interim title by the World Boxing Organization President Paco Barcarcel, and for the mandatory rank of #1 in the World Boxing Council President Mauricio Suleiman. At ringside, the three judges scoring. From Canada, Benoit Roussel. From the United States, Fernando Villarreal. From the United States, Steve Weisfeld. And inside the ring, the man in charge of the action at the bell, world champion veteran referee Jack Reese. And now, the officials are in position and they are ready. The fighters are in the ring and they are ready. So for the thousands in attendance and the millions watching around the world, from Los Angeles, California, USA, let's get ready to rumble! Introducing first, fighting out of the red corner with his head trainer, Joel Diaz. He's wearing white with silver, official weight, 154 pounds. After an outstanding amateur career of over 300 victories, he now has an undefeated professional record consisting of 10 victories, 7 wins by knockout, 1 technical draw. Training and fighting out of Indio, California, he is the fighting pride of Kiva and all Uzbekistan, presenting the reigning, defending, undefeated WBA Super Welterweight Champion of the World, Israil Madrimov. And his opponent across the ring, fighting out of the blue corner, standing with his head trainer, Brian B. McIntyre. Wearing navy with gold and red, he brings a professional record to the ring that is unblemished. He weighed in at 153.4 pounds, and that record stands at a perfect 40 fights. 40 victories, 31 wins by knockout over the last 7 years. 11 fights, 11 KOs. He is recognized as pound for pound, the best in the world. From Omaha, Nebraska, USA, the former lightweight world champion, former undisputed super lightweight champion, the current unified, undefeated welterweight champion of the world, Terence Crawford.
Mouthpiece. Okay, coaches, both trunks are high. This is the point. Below this point is the low blow, and below this point is the low blow. I gave you guys instructions. I want to just remind you, please listen and follow my requests at all times. Protect yourself at all times. Fight hard, fight clean. Good luck to both of you.
Terence Crawford hasn't heard the final bell of a fight in 8 years. 2016 was the last time he went the distance. 11 straight stoppages. Can he get another one tonight and become a champion in a 4th weight class? Or will the man nicknamed the Dream make his dream come true and pick up the biggest win in his country's history? 12 rounds. Here we go.
You know, these early rounds are going to be very important for Madrimov. Crawford, admittedly a very slow starter, likes to kind of figure out what his opponents want to do. Madrimov, I think, needs to win these early rounds to bank them.
You got an early switch from Crawford right there. I always feel like when he comes out orthodox, he really wants to see what you're about. He didn't waste any time switching.
I think, Sean, fighting southpaw for Crawford, I think will help neutralize that long jab of Madrimov. That's one of his best weapons, that jab to the body. You stay in that southpaw stance, you know, takes a little bit out of the way.
Maddox, and to your point, I think that's why he switched. He knows immediately, I need to stabilize that jab.
And Crawford's going to have the reach, the 5-inch reach over Madrimov. So I think the jab, if whoever could take the other's jab away, is going to be actually in position to land the straight punches down the pipe.
We've seen in the past Crawford sometimes a little bit of a slow starter as he downloads the information, figures his opponent out. So don't be surprised if Madrimov can bank a couple early rounds.
You know why they call him a slow starter? Because he's a counter puncher by nature. He's not supposed to start fast. He wants to see what you want to do, and he's going to take those opportunities to counter punch.
The thing that I liked about Madrimov is that he always has perpetual upper body movement. These Uzbek fighters have great footwork, but notice upper body movement, how his head is never in line, direct line of the straight left hands and the jabs of his opponents.
Both of these fighters can switch stances, the flip of a coin.
Sergio, can you see how many times both these guys keep starting over? Do you see it? They get in front of one another, and then they both take a step back and start over.
No, it's kind of like they're dancing. They're trying to get each other's rhythm and timing. None of them really wants to take a chance. And now that they're in the ring, can you see the size advantage that Madrimov has, how wide his back is and the shoulders?
Well, listen, the other thing, too, we know Madrimov only has 10 fights, but the fact that he keeps making Crawford start over lets us know that he deserves to be in the ring with Crawford.
He only has 10 pro fights, but had a reported 350 amateur bouts. That's what they do in Eastern Europe. They put a premium on amateur careers. But right now, Madrimov, the WBA champ. There's a counter right from Madrimov.
Madrimov was waiting for that right hand. Crawford saw that coming. This wicked combination by Bud Crawford in the end of that round.
And there's Eminem finishing the set. Come sit front row and watch the fights. Pretty good gig.
a baddie, she knows she a 10. She a baddie with her body front like damn, she in her mood. 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 She lit, I'm ready to. Like damn, she in her mood. Like damn,
Kate Beckinsale looking dapper.
Right on the button. Hit the angle afterwards. Number 2, step back, step back.
Round 2. We are scheduled for 12.
That was a really good controlled first round from both guys. Just looking, trying to download information, as we like to say, and figure out what the other one is all about. I like how that first round went from both guys.
Yeah, so do I, Sean. You know, I like the way that Crawford ended it, but you could tell that he has respect for Madrimov. The upper body movement, how it's always it's never stopping. It's always perpetual upper body movement, so it's hard to time Madrimov.
It's little things like that that will stop a rhythm fighter from finding their rhythm. So again, another thing that Madrimov can do to stabilize Terence Crawford is that movement, that upper body movement.
Madrimov trying to remain a puzzle that Crawford can't figure out for as long as possible.
The other thing I see as well, Crawford moving to his left, which is moving into the power of Madrimov, but he's again trying to take away that jab hand. We see if Madrimov can't land the jab, he can't get started.
I like the way that Madrimov steps over to his right every time he tries to cut off the ring.
The funny thing, though,
there it is right there.
Yeah, you got the step over. We know the punch is supposed to come, but you got a sharpshooter standing across from you, so that's why we're not getting that step over right hand from Madrimov.
Yeah, what Madrimov lacks in professional experience, those 11 pro fights, he more than makes up for with an amateur background. More than 300 amateur wins. So he has been around the block a few times.
I like those foot feints by Madrimov. Bud's not biting on them, but he's respecting them.
I gotta slay. It's a slow fight so far for the crowd, but I like the control of both guys. I like how both guys aren't deviating from their plans.
Right hand from Madrimov. And another one. Bud shakes it off.
Two good right hands, though, right down the middle.
Bud staying in the southpaw stance. Crowd getting a little restless.
This is going to be a tough fight for Bud, man. I could see it. Trying to get the timing down of Madrimov is going to be very difficult, man. He doesn't give you much to read, and he's always perpetually moving in the same rhythm, the same bounce. You don't know, you can't time that.
And that's the thing about the crowd. They don't know Madrimov, so they don't understand. This is how he operates. Eventually, he's going to get going, which is going to get Terence going. And we hear a restless crowd so far out of just 2 rounds.
Two good body shots there by Bud.
There's your aerial shot of BMO Stadium. And next Saturday, Virgil Ortiz is back, taking on Ukraine's Serhei Bohachuk live from Las Vegas. And Ortiz, a potential opponent perhaps for Terence Crawford, according to Turki Al-Sheikh earlier tonight.
Hey, hey, smart. Georgia, body. Hey, Razwa, body. Hey, and then Brava. Okay? Hey, switch it up too. Hey, switch it up. Georgia, levels boku. Okay? Switch it. Okay?
Madrimov works out with Dimitri Bivol. In fact, helped prepare him for his signature victory over Saul Alvarez, who was moving up a weight class to try and dethrone Bivol. That's exactly what Crawford's trying to do here, moving up from 147 to 154.
Take you into the mind of Crawford real quick. He comes out and he throws some punches immediately. He's just trying to get Madrimov to react and start throwing some punches of his own.
And what I like about Madrimov, he's not reacting to what Crawford wants him to make. Crawford's gonna have to, he's gonna have to set the pace right here with him being offensive first, which he's doing now.
This is usually the round in Bud Crawford's career where he starts to pick it up a little bit. He starts to see how his opponents are gonna fight him, and he starts to pick up the action.
Those are good jabs, and he's really just trying to wake up Israil Madrimov at this point.
I mean, Madrimov just feint after feint, like he is constantly in motion there in the ring.
And I love that strategy, Chris, I'm telling you, because with a sniper like Crawford, man, he's so ready to counterpunch you with that laser-like punches that he has. You just gotta keep feinting him. Hopefully you can catch him with one of those feints and counter him.
Well, at some point, Madrimov's got to take a little bit of a risk, isn't he? He can't just posture all night.
This isn't posturing, it's setting the pace.
Yeah, this is just extreme patience for Madrimov.
I agree, Sean. And you have to have patience, you have to have timing, you have to have a lot of things to get past the guard of a fighter like Crawford.
See, you and I, Sergio, we know something that this crowd doesn't know. We understand what Madrimov is trying to do, and we understand what Terence Crawford is all about.
Absolutely, man, absolutely.
It's going to take some time. I remember the crowd booing.
The right hand from Madrimov.
When I fought Crawford, the crowd started booing after the second round, I think.
Oh, nice uppercut from Crawford, his best punch.
A little short left-handed uppercut, right on the button for Bud Crawford.
Good body shot, too, from Crawford.
Movement, if anything gives Crawford any kinds of issues, it's movement. Upper body movement, footwork, angles. As a matter of fact, Sean, I was watching the fight with you. You were getting some issues with some movement as well.
Yeah, I was just about to say about my fight. People were booing after the second round.
Yep.
I thought to myself, just calm down. Can't go yet. If you start too fast against Crawford, he'll pick up on it and he'll pick you apart.
Exactly. And that's what I think Madrimov is doing well here. The patience, the feints, and not really getting over aggressive or listening to this crowd, or not falling for the traps that Bud's trying to set.
Listen, we're 3 rounds in. We're applauding this patience right now of Madrimov. 3 or 4 more rounds of that, and then we got to start asking why he's not picking it up.
Absolutely.
Good jab right there.
One of Terence Crawford's good friends, there's Shakur Stevenson. Hey, he likes that slow pace, doesn't he, Sergio? He's cheering from the rafters.
He doesn't care. Say hello to the bad guy, says Shakur. Another master boxer in boxing.
What'd you see, Coach?
Again, another control round from Crawford, but right there eating the right hand. The best punch, of course, landed by Madrimov right now. One of only a few punches, but Crawford comes right back. Over the top came Israil. So a nice little exchange right there to finish that round. I think we got the tongue coming out of Crawford right there. Yeah, he felt it.
It's going to be a tough fight for Bud, man. It's the patience, the danger is around the corner, man. Madrimov is doing the right thing, starting off this slow and patient.
And the danger, though, is around the corner for Madrimov, too. I thought that little short uppercut was a really nice shot for Bud Crawford. I like how he picked up the pace a little bit in that 3rd round, a little bit faster than the first 2.
Crawford has stayed almost exclusively in the southpaw stance, Sergio. You expect him to go orthodox?
No, I don't know what to expect with Crawford. I think most of the time he's going to say southpaw, but it's incredible. This man is equally as good from both stances. It's just unexpected. That's what makes him so difficult to figure out.
Look, Crawford does not come into fights with a game plan as to when he's going to go orthodox and when he's going to switch. He just does it on the fly. There you see some of the punch stats there. Terence Crawford, 15 landed, 82 thrown. Better stats, 14 out of 43 for Israil Madrimov.
And that's what I love about Crawford. You can't prepare for that. He has no style. You know, it's kind of like a boxing version of Bruce Lee. You know, there's no style to his method. You can't train for it. You don't know what to prepare for.
Another good right hand from Madrimov. And another.
Yeah, no, he's got the angle for that right hand, and he's landing it. Good body shot from Crawford.
That was a fantastic body shot from Bud Crawford. Caught Madrimov coming in, landed that shot right to the right side.
Those are heavy shots by Crawford. They sound thumping. I mean, both these guys are hitting like junior middleweights right now.
Crawford put everything into that right.
And look at the footwork of Madrimov, able to get around him before he threw that right hand, that left hook. Or that was a right hook that he threw.
Man, Madrimov has that right just cocked and ready to go, man. You seen it right there. He unleashed that quick. There it is again right there. Crawford's just way too fast right now. Too slick.
If I was going to point out one weakness in Madrimov that Bud could exploit, is that when he does throw some of these rights, he overcommits. He goes all in. He kind of lunges at you. If Crawford can time it right, that's something he can counter.
Well, yeah, he does do that, Chris, but he has the explosiveness and the footwork to get away with it. And he doesn't fall off balance when he does it either. That's something he's been doing for years and years and years, Madrimov has.
Oh, right hand from Madrimov.
And an uppercut by Bud, but that's a dangerous punch to throw when someone's throwing a lead right hand at you.
Madrimov doing very well so far. And this pace seems to suit him.
Ooh, nice right hand by Madrimov.
Пытаешься печень ударить, внимательно, понял? Сразу прямой работает, ты видишь, да? Только чисти, дернул, ударил, потом снова поиграл, снова ударил. На размены, если не рискуй, понял? Внимательно работай, только точные удары, понял?
Better round there from both guys. We're starting to heat up. The right hand is really starting to heat up from Madrimov. He's found the range. He's found the distance. He's not afraid to lead with that right hand, which is the best punch to lead with against a southpaw. Right there we see Crawford utilizing that jab. Don't be surprised if we see Crawford switch up because that right hand's landed so clean.
I would love to see that uppercut that Bud landed. It was a beautiful shot, but also Madrimov landed a right hand. Both of them are looking for different openings, man, and both of them are so sharp and strong right now.
Bud Crawford still staying in the southpaw stance.
I'm a little surprised. He's gotten caught with quite a few right hands. I'm looking to see him switch pretty soon. But I think more than anything, he knows he needs to sit down and try to hurt Israil Madrimov to get some respect.
Nice shots there by Bud.
Yeah, he's starting to throw a little more often now.
Yeah, he's not throwing with that jab. He's going in the front door with a straight left, then the jab. Disrupting the rhythm, trying to disrupt the rhythm of Madrimov.
That's why I thought he would switch to orthodox. He knows that left hand is going to get there, so he's going to lead off with the left hand now.
Madrimov with a little left uppercut. It's hard to get Madrimov's timing down because he really doesn't. You can't time him, can you, Sergio? He's just all over the place.
Well, that's my point about his upper body movement and how he's always not in the same place. And notice how his head's always going up and down, up and down. And it's because of footwork. He makes himself small, bounces back up. It's hard to time that. He has good upper body movement. It's very jittery, but it's planned.
And I'm telling you, he's got great balance and really good footwork as well. Crawford sees what he's doing. He's cutting down that range, that distance, really methodically.
Oh, and that may have been a trip. It was.
That was a trip.
Yeah, that was a trip. A little bit of a glancing blow there as Crawford spun out, but absolutely right call by Jack Reese.
I would like to see more of those right hands that miss right there, but to aim at the body of Bud. You know, right now both these guys are hesitant to throw upstairs, so just start throwing straight shots to the body, even if they're jabs.
Sean, it looks to me Bud's not really that concerned with winning rounds right now.
Well, I mean, I think he's winning rounds. The first round I had him losing was the last. I have it 3-1 right now. I think he's trying to just find that right pace to try to control this fight. And Madrimov not giving him that with that foot movement and that upper body movement that Sergio's been talking about.
Overhand right from Madrimov. Uppercut.
I like that sneaky uppercut on Madrimov. Anyone else would have fell for that, but not Crawford.
See the switch? There's the switch. There's the switch back. There he is.
Devin Haney. Wonder who he's going to fight next as he tries to rebound from that match with Ryan Garcia.
I think his next move is up 247 pounds. Wouldn't surprise me, though, to sometime next year see Devin Haney and Ryan Garcia run it back.
Are you confident we're going to see Ryan Garcia back in a boxing ring anytime soon, the way he's been acting?
I am. I do think that Ryan Garcia will be back. And I hope he's in a better place when he is.
Hey, listen, man, if a guy like Tyson Fury came back from the darkness, I give a chance that Ryan Garcia come back as well.
All right, we're round 6.
You know, Sean, Bud made the point this week that he's fought all kinds of styles, lots of medalists over the year. I can't remember a guy that fought like Madrimov that Bud has faced.
You know, it's not the exact same, but Madrimov, outside of this movement here, isn't bringing much different from what Bud has seen in the past.
I've got it 48 to 47 in favor of Israil Madrimov. These rounds, guys, have been razor thin in terms of punch output. Just a very, very competitive fight.
It's a tough fight to score, but I agree with you, Chris. And that's why I told you in the beginning of the round, there's going to be a tough fight for Bud, man. It's hard to time guys that never stand still. Their upper body movement, their footwork, and add the fact that Madrimov has power and timing. I mean, it's going to be difficult for the pound-for-pound champ.
Terence Crawford has never been knocked down.
I got it 4-1 after 5. I think that Bud is still in control. He hasn't run away with the fight. And I think sometimes when you see that a fighter isn't doing what you expect him to do, you blame it on the opposite fighter and feel like that fighter's having success. I don't see it, though.
What do you see, Sergio?
I see the opposite, Sean. I'm sorry, man. I like Madrimov. I mean, both of them aren't really doing much. I know we always say, you know, you got to beat the champion. I'm not going off that right now. But right now, the champion is handling his own stuff. I like the foot feints, the patience. It's tricky, man. Tough rounds to score, but I like Madrimov so far, bud.
Stop. Stop. Did you get hurt with it? No? You all right? Box. But no blood, no nothing.
Looks like a little mouse maybe starting to come under the right eye of Terence Crawford. Right hand from Madrimov.
Good jab.
That's a good shot right there by Bud. For all the tools and talent, speed and power that Bud Crawford has, now you can add patience to it, man. This guy's he's lethal.
Yeah, and Madrimov has really stabilized a lot of what Crawford is about.
I want to see more jabs from both these fighters, man, especially Madrimov. Because right now, Madrimov is kind of posturing in front of him. Yes, he's avoiding the big shots. He has good upper body movement, but he's not jabbing. Bud is jabbing.
And that's my thing. I feel like Bud is out throwing him and out landing him. And that's why I got Bud winning this fight. But I also think that if he starts using that jab, he might get himself in trouble. The body shot.
Two good body shots by Bud Crawford in this round.
I caught a smile right there from Bud when he was close to the side of the ring.
Yeah, I think he overheard you there.
Good combination right there from Bud.
Now this was a really good round. Patient round by Bud coming around the guard, but it was a body shot. Look at those short little shots. He doesn't pull back the punches. Everything's from 6 inches, boom, point A to point B.
And there's Bam Rodriguez, who's been flying up the pound-for-pound rankings because of the opponents he's fighting, Chris, and the performances.
Yeah, absolutely. One of the best young fighters in all of boxing. Ticketed for a rematch with Juan Francisco Estrada at the end of this year. If he gets through that, maybe a couple more, could get the dream fight. In a way, Bam Rodriguez.
He looked like Clark Kent right there.
Fights like Superman, though.
I like that.
7. Stay back, guys. Stay back.
All right, we've reached the halfway point of this fight. We're in round 7, scheduled for 12. Total punches landed through 6 rounds in 0. Sean said he thought that Crawford was throwing more and landing more. Well, it's Madrimov who's landed more and is much more accurate with 33%. Sean, does that alter the way you're looking at this fight right now?
Well, I was right saying that he's thrown more. He's thrown 84 more punches, and then he's only outlanded by 1, so I wasn't very far off. I still got it, what, 6-1? Or 5-1, Crawford.
Nice hand speed there from Crawford. Good timing as well. But we know Terence Crawford can turn it on in a heartbeat. He did that against Sean Porter. He was told that Porter was winning the fight. And Sean, you remember he changed things around pretty quick.
Yeah, absolutely.
I think Sean remembers, Todd.
Yeah, I saw the clips.
That's a good counter right there by Madrimov.
It was actually a great counter from Madrimov. Great timing in the fundamentals to step into that punch.
Well, Bud said the plan was to make it look easy, but Sergio, it's not been easy.
I didn't expect it to be easy, man. I mean, Madrimov is not an easy fighter. With all that amateur experience, the strength, the footwork, there's a lot of comparisons of him and Golovkin. I really don't see those, aside from the body structure and maybe the facial expressions. This is a different hybrid of a puncher. He does it with footwork, with feints, with unique combinations. And what I really like is the patience. He's still patient into the 7th round. You need patience against a guy like Crawford because you don't want to make any mistakes. You could turn your lights off like that.
11 straight knockout wins for Terence Crawford.
Eastern European fighters are very disciplined, and that's why we can see Madrimov, even at this point, still being patient.
Back-to-back great body shots from Crawford.
That's what I would want to see Madrimov start doing more. Throwing some body shots at Bud. Or start pushing him back with jabs to the body.
Jaron Boots Ennis, Philadelphia's finest. I wonder what's next for him. Chris, can you shed some light on that?
Well, they'd like to make a unification fight against either Mario Barrios or Imantas Stanionis. One fight that could be out there, though. Virgil Ortiz. I know if Boots Ennis doesn't get the big fight at 147, he's ready to go up to 154.
There's a look at BMO Stadium. You heard Joel Diaz, the trainer, Madrimov, saying, look, give me some combinations.
No punch.
They know what I know, all right? This is 6-1 Crawford right now.
It's going to be an interesting run right here.
Crawford having some success to the body last round. I'm really curious to see if he's going to try to go back there.
Well, what would you like to see Madrimov do, Sean, to turn things around if he is indeed down by 6 rounds to 1?
You know, Sergio said it in the second or third round. He said he wants to see the jab more from Madrimov. I like to see the jab more. And I like to, Sergio said it last round, get to the body. He's got to do more work, and that's what the Diaz corner told him.
Yeah, like you don't have to aim for the head. It's going to be hard to aim for the head. I mean, you're dealing with a sniper in Crawford. But if you try to stop him in the middle, just aim at the chest, aim at the body, aim at the elbows. Keep those arms from countering you.
I was just in the corner of Israil Madrimov talking to Joel Diaz. Said, hey, it's a chess match still out there. He wants his guy to start letting his hands go. He said one of these two guys is going to take the initiative over these final few rounds. He wants Madrimov to be that guy.
Terence Crawford so experienced in these big fights entering tonight. He has been in so many rounds in title fights. Madrimov just 11 pro fights total.
Something I'm seeing from Madrimov right now, he's getting creative. I like to see him get creative. Go around the gloves. Stop waiting on the back end of those shots. Go take it to Crawford.
Good right there from Madrimov, and another one, and that tongue sticking out from Crawford.
And there you go. That's the right hand downstairs, and he doubled up that left hook that threw off the rhythm that Bud was catching. Madrimov's having some good moments right here.
I mean, these guys are both throwing some haymakers now.
And anytime Madrimov gets going, Crawford takes that away. That's what I mean by meanness when I talked about that's the deciding factor here. Bud Crawford is mean, man. He won't let you take any initiative. He won't let you take any rounds. You hit me with 2, I'm gonna come back with 4.
This is what I talk about when I talk about the mental fortitude of Terence Crawford. Now trying to walk down Madrimov.
Oh, right hand from Madrimov, and he grabs on as Crawford looked like he was starting to get into his flow here in round 8.
That punch almost was a home run, guys. I'm telling you, that was an awkward overhand right by Madrimov. It looked like he was bending down defensively, and he comes over the top.
Stop punching, stop punching.
This is a smart, tough, strong, and tricky fighter in Israil Madrimov.
Vasily Lomachenko. There were rumors that he might fight Tank Davis next, but Lomachenko said he wanted some time off.
Yeah, there was some talk, some serious talks about Lomachenko facing Tank Davis, but I think Lomachenko, having gone through a lot, both inside and outside the ring over the last few years, needs a little bit of a break. Gonna take the rest of the year off. Still a world champion at 135. Gonna look for some bigger fights next year.
There's Lupe Fiasco over his left shoulder.
Hey, move to your left. You want to switch left a little bit? No, okay. Whatever. Hey, keep moving to your left because he's swinging the left right. Hey, let's go.
That was a pretty good round for Madrimov, but how does he build on that, Sean?
You know, it's got to be about consistency when you're going up against Terence Crawford. Whatever you do well, stay consistent. He's now starting to stay put. He's still using that upper body movement, but he's not moving his feet. When Crawford's coming in, Crawford's having his way.
Only 4 rounds to go. Let's look at our CompuBox statistics. Through 8 full rounds, Madrimov has landed more power punches.
Stop.
35% to 28% landed.
I mean, you look at some of these numbers, whether it's total punches landed, power punches landed, they are really only separated by a handful. This is as competitive a fight as you can get.
You know, this is the elite level. Madrimov he simply doesn't have the record that proves it, and he also doesn't have the popularity that would show that he's on the level of a Terence Crawford, but we see it right here in front of us.
That left just missed from Madrimov. That right hit. And he's become more aggressive, Sergio.
He's going to have to get more aggressive now that this is where size come into play. Madrimov is the natural 154-pounder. This is what you got to start implementing your physicality on Crawford.
Yeah.
But do it responsibly behind footwork and foot feints, which he is.
Well, that was the advice from Joel Diaz over these last couple of rounds. A very animated Joel Diaz in the corner. He wants to see him let his hands go and be the more assertive fighter at this stage of the fight. That's a good straight right hand that Madrimov's landing.
Even if Madrimov is hitting gloves, they're still doing some damage. You know, you still feel the rattle when you block those shots, and as a naturally
nice left there from Madrimov as Crawford was closing in.
Madrimov should just be content right now hitting those gloves. They're still going to do the job. They're still going to get points, and you're still going to be initiating the action.
Left from Madrimov. He's having his best round of the night.
Yes, he is.
We keep waiting for Crawford to completely figure out Madrimov, but maybe Madrimov is starting to figure Crawford out.
Ooh, I like those overhand looping shots by Madrimov, and not falling off balance either. And those are getting close to landing because of all those foot feints that he's been doing this entire fight. Now he's able to capitalize on them.
Nice jabs from Crawford.
Crawford has to stay responsible defensively. He puts his guard down, stays still, and the overhand right comes. It is going to land.
Watch it.
A slip on the logo there from Madrimov as he glanced down.
Time.
Turkey a la Chic and Eminem.
That right there, that right hand, I'm telling you. Go ahead, Sergio.
No, that was a clean shot.
Here's the overhand.
And it caught him on the right side of Crawford's face. So that tweak, you weren't able to roll with that shot. It kind of tweaks your neck a different way.
There's the overhand. That overhand left hook right there. The looping shots, to your point, Sergio. Those are key punches now at this point in the fight.
You know what's great about Madrimov? You see some of those shots land, but when he lands them, he doesn't admire them. He immediately dips that head out of the way to prevent a counter shot.
Excellent observation, and that's why he can't find rhythm. Crawford can't find his rhythm because he's punching and dipping is Madrimov.
This fight's unique in the fact that usually once the fight progresses in the later rounds, Crawford has got you figured out and he starts to take over. That has not been the case here as we enter round 10.
Body shot right there from Crawford.
And that's because of the constant flow. You know, there's never the rhythm of Madrimov's upper body. It doesn't give you a stationary target. He's never in front of you long enough for you to get him. It's like a fluid,
good uppercut from Terence.
He's like fluid and jittery, but strong enough to get your attention with shots like that.
And a little grin on the face of Terence Crawford. I think that's because Madrimov proved so slippery there. As Crawford came in, Madrimov did a nice job ducking out.
Right hand from Crawford as we pull up Chris Mannix's unofficial scorecard.
I've got an 86-85 in favor of Israil Madrimov. I think these last couple of rounds, he's really asserted himself, especially with that right hand. So 86-85 as we get closer to the championship round.
How's that sit with you, Sean? I know you had Crawford up big early.
Yeah, you know, I think his scorecard is cute. But also, man, it's very hard to score a lot of fights, especially when you're in the position that we're in. I'm looking at the punches landed. I feel like Crawford's controlling the fight, controlling the range, the distance, out punching, out landing. I got him winning by a lot. And I think that's what the scores would say should this fight end in 2 more rounds.
Man, I like the way Madrimov is fighting, man. I think it's a close fight. I can easily see Madrimov winning by 1 round or the opposite, but it's a close fight, Sean.
I can also tell you that Crawford has figured out Madrimov. If you watch when Crawford throws his punches, he takes 1 step and then he takes another step and then he punches. He knows Madrimov is going to slide out.
Sean, I mean, obviously I'm not the expert, but to me, clear as day, Madrimov won the last 2 rounds, and you say Crawford's figured him out.
Sean?
I got nothing to say to that.
There's a right hand from Madrimov. Either way, it's probably a little too close for comfort for Crawford. You'd like to see him turn on the gas.
No, it's a close fight, man. It really is a close fight.
Crawford trying to make history here. A 4th division champion here at junior middleweight. Madrimov said, this is my division. He's coming into my territory, and he's not taking my gold.
Watch Crawford's feet. He takes 2 steps, and then he throws, and he lands. That right there.
Crawford lands a good body
countered. Yeah, he landed a good body shot, sir, then he got countered with the straight right.
He got countered right with the straight right.
Now Crawford on the front foot. You know he's trying to set something up, but Madrimov not letting him get it off. Hey, will somebody get saved by the bell tonight? We don't know, but there's Mario Lopez, huge boxing fan.
Does that man ever age? He looks the same from the 80s to save the bell, man. Look at him.
Increíble.
Increíble, correcto.
Got a great podcast with Steve Kim.
I'll let you guys take it. You guys, you know, you guys are seeing something different from me.
Hey, nice right hand right there by Madrimov. And Crawford sticking his tongue out like, yeah, that's not enough.
All right, we're in the championship rounds.
Both guys look really fresh at this point.
Good shot there by Madrimov, straight right hand. I'll tell you one thing, man, if Crawford seems a little antsy and feels like he needs to win these last 2 rounds big, that's gonna fall into the hands of Madrimov. Madrimov has good timing, the power's still there.
I agree, and good timing as well.
But this is usually when Bud shines, that he's in jeopardy of going the distance for the first time since 2016. 11 straight stoppage wins for the pound-for-pound star.
No, I'll tell you the adjustment I would have made for Crawford. Well, I would have switched him to orthodox. Wouldn't have put him right in line for that right hand that he has been getting caught with a lot this fight.
Excellent observation, man. You know what? I didn't think of that, Sean. Now that you're saying it, you make absolutely the right sense, because I think this southpaw style, these Uzbek fighters fight too many southpaws. They're accustomed to them so much.
Hell yeah.
I think orthodox would have been better for the straight right hands of Bud Crawford.
Yep.
You think there's a reason he hasn't been switching much, Sergio? As a right hand lands from Madrimov.
He's naturally a left-handed. He's naturally left-handed. So I think that he wants to apply power and try to finish Madrimov, and I think that that's why he stays southpaw.
I do think it is as simple as it has taken away the power jab of Madrimov to the body. Like, that is one of his best weapons, and it has been largely neutralized in this fight tonight.
Let's look at total punches landed between these two fighters. Madrimov 67 landed, Crawford 73. He's thrown many more, Madrimov more accurate.
I like the way Madrimov is always punching back. Anytime Crawford lands, Madrimov's coming right back. But a little sharper, but still, Madrimov is letting him know that he can't get away with more than 1 shot before coming back.
And I think Madrimov has deceptive speed, which is something that Crawford wasn't ready for. He's a little more laxed on his defense than he needs to be, and that's why he's gotten caught so much.
Rare, wild shots from Madrimov there.
What he needs.
Ooh, good shot.
He overextended himself, and Crawford made him pay with 30 seconds to go here in the 11th.
It was a left uppercut, clean left uppercut. Bud stepped back, caught him coming in. Credit to Madrimov, man. That was a nice shot. Well-timed uppercut by Bud Crawford.
Good 1, 2, 3 from Crawford. He's having a great 11th round.
This is the first round I've seen Crawford take over and finally overwhelm Madrimov.
Stop. Nobody hit him.
Can he finally be breaking him down?
There's actor Sterling K. Brown. He looks enthralled.
He's a beast actor right there.
Get Out, one of the great films.
Keep your hands up. Last round, Joe. All right? 3 and 4. Boom, boom, boom. Boom, boom, boom. Step around and keep your hands high. Ow. What? Don't worry about it. Last round. Last round. Let's see. Good work. Good work. Hey, he's going to try to knock you out right now.
This is boxing. You never know how close this fight is. As we enter the 12th round, Madrimov fans probably think he's right in it. Crawford fans think he's done enough to get the job done.
Joel Diaz in the corner of Madrimov said he's going to try to knock you out right now. If that's the case, they think they're ahead.
And boy, Crawford is letting his hands go.
I'll tell you, Crawford is fighting like a guy that, perhaps thinks he could be behind.
No. If anything, he may be aware of this, obviously aware of the streak, but I think more than anything, he knows that he needs to impress tonight if he wants the future, the kind of future that is planned for him.
I think he's got to be ready. I got to be focused more on winning tonight, Sean. I've got him up right now, 105-104, heading into this last round, but Madrimov is fighting an excellent fight.
Oh, he put everything into that left, including his left foot coming off the ground.
Good right hook by Madrimov on the inside right now. Bud took it well.
Stop. Nobody punch. Step back behind me. Box.
Good uppercut, 2 in a row. Madrimov's got to get busy. He can't lose this round.
And bottom line, this is what people want to see. People want to see offense. So Bud's finally giving everybody what they want. It's not because he's losing or thinks he's losing. He knows he's got to give this, and he's giving it.
He wants to be a crowd pleaser, and he wants to send a message to Canelo Alvarez that, hey, I'm still going to come for your super middleweight titles.
We've talked about Canelo a lot on this broadcast, but I wonder in the aftermath of a fight like this against the very good
right hand from Madrimov.
Madrimov is landing some big right hands, man. Bud better be careful. Look at him, there's another one, 3 in a row.
Now Madrimov trying to be the boss with 50 seconds left.
I said how mean Bud Crawford is. Guess who else is mean? Madrimov. Oh my God, this guy's not intimidated by the pound-for-pound stud in Bud Crawford.
He made this a great fight. No matter how this fight ends, this is a great fight. 10-0 versus 40-0, and it doesn't look like it in the ring. I tell you why Joel Diaz told Madrimov he was going to try to knock him out, because he knows Bud Crawford. He knows what Bud Crawford wants to do.
Ten seconds left. Well, now there's 10 seconds left.
Stop. Step away.
And that will do it. For the first time in 8 years, Crawford has taken the distance. But did he do enough to win another world title in a 4th weight division?
This is going to be a tricky job for the judges here. The scorecard's going to be all over the place. I'm telling you, this was a close and difficult fight to score. Both fighters are carrying themselves like champions.
It's going to be wide, and you guys are going to be mad.
Sean, I'm gonna go online and say it's not wide. This is a close fight.
Sean thinks it was relatively easy to score. Chris Mannix thought it was very close.
I hate to admit it, but I agree with Mannix on this one, man. This was a tough fight to score, but Madrimov was definitely in the fight, man. It was a back and forth, and this is the type of fight I expected. I knew Crawford wasn't going to stop this guy. I knew it was going to be a difficult fight, but I couldn't go on a limb and say that Madrimov was a favorite. Not against that man right there, but I'm telling you, this is a difficult fight to score. I'm curious to see what the judges have it. And I'm also curious to see what Bud Crawford says after this fight, because I know he got the respect.
Here are the judges for tonight's fight. Benoit Rosell, Fernando Villarreal, and the highly esteemed Steve Weisfeld. 2 Americans and a Canadian. Well, Sergio, the fight after the fight is that people want to see Crawford and Canelo. But after watching this tonight, do you think Crawford's more likely to beat Canelo before this, or no?
I don't think he should be moving up to super middleweight. There's a limit to greatness, man. There's a limit. You can't always be biting off more than you can chew. Look at these shots right there by Bud Crawford. Excellent combination right there. Everything going forward. It's very hard to be on the move, going forward and throwing those combinations. Doubling up on uppercuts like that. It was a power but patient performance by Bud Crawford, but Madrimov definitely had his moments. And I definitely see this as a closer fight than I think Sean Porter saw it.
Well, that's why we have 3 judges and not just 1. Bud confident he did enough. Let's find out. Michael Buffer with the scorecards.
Ladies and gentlemen, after 12 rounds of boxing, we go to the scorecards. Fernando Villarreal scores at 116 to 112. Benoit Rosell scores at 115, 113. And Steve Weisfeld has it 115, 113. All 3 scores go to the winner by unanimous decision. From Omaha, Nebraska, USA, he is the new WBA Super